Hello and welcome to your live in-depth Oracle card reading today. Very excited to read for you today and give you some messages. Now I know I've got a lot of new people following me, so I'll just give you a quick overview of who I am if you're not familiar with me. So my name is Jade and I'm a shaman, seer, mystic and psychic, and I've been doing this work for over a decade now. For over about 15 years, but I've actually been seeing spirits since I was 4 years old, so I've been on this journey probably ever since I can remember, really. And I come from a long line of shamans, mystics and seers, and I've also got gypsy heritage, so I come from a long line of gypsy shamans and seers and mystics and psychics. So everything that I carry is from my lineage. So this is not something that I've learned from books. This is not work that I'm rehashing from other people. This is wisdom that I am carrying through my ancestors. And it's a natural ability that I have, a natural gift that I have, that I'm able to see into other people's energy fields. Now, the beauty of it is that I'm able to see your most empowered, highest self. So I then work with my clients to collapse time to get you so connected to your higher self that you are living the life that you've always dreamed of and you are achieving all of your goals with ease. But I can also see all the blocks, all the trauma, all the pain, all the old stories, all the old beliefs that you're carrying yourself in your energy field as well, even when you can't see it yourself. And that's when I step in with my shamanic healing to help you release all of those blocks, to help you get all of those blocks out of your frequencies, so that your frequency, so that you don't start recreating the same patterns over and over again. Now, before I get into the Oracle card reading for you today, I felt really compelled to talk about this because this has come up a lot this week about certain patterns that keep happening again and again in your life, and I want to explain to you why that happens on a spiritual level. So I'm just going to give you an example of a client that I've been working with recently, because I know that she won't mind me using her story, her life, because we've been doing some in-depth work. So when things happen in our lifetime, so when things happen in childhood that deeply affect us, we are still carrying that energy, even if we feel like we've healed it, even if we've gone to counselling, even if we've done a lot of healing around that traumatic experience. Because we're made up of energy, we are still carrying that in our energy field. What then happens, without us knowing, that energy is rippling out at a certain frequency. So always think of yourself as one of those power stations that is just full of energy, and there's different frequencies going out. And any unhealed trauma that we're still carrying in our energy field will go out at a certain frequency. Now, the outside world is just a mirror of everything that's happening internally. That's all it is, just a mirror. So when certain situations keep replaying, so this could be a constant series of narcissistic bosses. I know this was something that I had from a young age, constantly dealing with narcissistic bosses. Or you might have situations and patterns that keep recreating in relationships. There may be certain men that you keep attracting. There may be certain patterns that keep happening in relationships. And as you get older, you become more aware that these patterns are happening. And you're thinking, this is a little bit uncanny, because the same thing keeps happening again and again and again. And that's the universe's way in your mirror, your outside world, of going, come on, there's something happening internally that you need to look at, that you need to heal. And usually the sign of narcissistic bosses are there's a deep unworthiness in you that you've not healed. And this is why we draw narcissists in, because it's then a sign for us to learn to deeply love ourselves more. Because when we truly love ourselves and we learn how to do it with practical tools, not just affirmations, when we learn how to fully love ourselves and have so much self-worth, and you are at 100% of loving yourself, the only people that you're then going to draw in, because everything is a mirror, are people that love you 100%. And if they don't, you're going to have enough willpower and enough strength to go, no, you're not coming in with the same love that I've got for myself, so why would I even let you into my energy field? So that's what I wanted to talk about today, because it comes up a lot with my clients, recreating the same patterns, and that's where I step in as a shaman and a seer. And the beauty of the work that I do, I don't really talk about my work much, because I only work with people who are coming into me with the right energy. I'm very selective of who I work with and what information I want to give out. But the beauty of the work that I do is that it's you can't learn it. You can't learn it from a book. And just to give you an example, a client came in on Monday, and I said, right, let me have a look at your energy field, and then I'm going to know exactly where to go with you on that day. And I tapped into her energy field, went into her heart space as a shaman, and I said to her, you're carrying loads of triggers. You're carrying loads of triggers, you know, this week in particular from childhood, and you're carrying loads of triggers around this time of year. So I said, this is where we need to go today. We need to step into that, the triggers that you're feeling right now. We need to heal it. We need to dissolve the identities that you've got from childhood, and then get you back onto your highest timeline and being back in your power. And now I'd obviously said this to her before she'd even opened her mouth and mentioned anything to me. And she said, yeah, she said, you know, over the weekend something happened which was very, very triggering for me with a family member, and it's just resurfaced all this trauma, all this pain, all this, you know, low self-worth I've got. And I knew that before she even opened her mouth. Would she have even mentioned that to me? Probably not. Now, if I was doing everything by textbook, and I was just going, right, this is how I coach people. 1 week we'll do a meditation. 1 week we'll do breath work. All of that's great, but it's not getting into the surface of what the issues are. And once we know really deep down in our core what we're holding, what the pain is, then we can heal it. So that's the beauty of shamanism and being a seer. And I wanted to share that work with you today, because I've got many friends and many clients who keep saying, Jade, talk a bit more about your work, talk a bit more about your lineage and your ancestors, because they find it really interesting. So I've taken on the feedback and I've done it, but that's how I work as a psychic, a seer and a shaman. So if you are looking to have change, clarity and soul direction going into 2026, if you are looking to break through those blockages like I've just explained, and each person will be different, if you are looking to manifest a life that feels fulfilling, grounded and divinely guided, then come and see me. If you want something different from counselling or trying to work things out yourself, book in for a life path reading. That will be the initiation session with me. And if you feel that you need my help over a few months or 12 months, whatever we need to get you where you need to be as quickly as possible, that's when the mentoring steps in, and I offer weekly mentoring sessions. But first of all, we need the life path reading to see if our energies align. As I said, I'm very, very particular about the energies that I work with, because I only want to work with people who are taking the work seriously and they want change, and they're coming in open to me at a soul level. Okay, so I'm going to do a very specific message today. I'm going to focus on what you need to release. So that's the first energy we're going to go into. So what blockages you're holding, because you might be thinking after I've just said all that, oh, actually, what am I holding on to that I can't quite see? And then I'm going to do another oracle card deck to see what's coming in for you when you when you've released those blocks. Okay, now not all of the messages will resonate, because I am reading for a collective here, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I have asked Spirit to make this message as clear cut and specific as possible. I don't want to be going off giving too many messages. Okay, stop. Okay, so your blockage is in your heart and in your higher heart chakra. I feel that you're forgetting life needs to be fun. You need to be celebrating. You need to be going out with an open heart. But I feel that life's circumstances have made you really shut down your heart. This could be pain from relationships, divorces. You just almost feel like you've given up on love a little bit. And it could be from your childhood as well. So your defense mechanism is to completely have your heart protected. But when we go around protecting our heart, actually that creates blocks. And I learned this through plant medicine. I done a whole plant medicine journey back in the summer, and it genuinely changed my life. It was the best experience I ever had. And I went on a journey for about 5 or 6 hours, just out of it and really in the heart center, connecting with my guides. So this is also something that I've learned from within, and that's the only knowledge that I trust, is to live a beautiful life. You need to have your heart open and forget about the past, forget what's happened in the past. That's just, once again, a mirror of where you were at. So the more that you can heal your heart, the more that you keep your heart open to genuine connections, to soulmate friends, soulmate love, then you can live more joyfully. So that's your answer. If you were wondering where you were blocked, it's definitely in the heart space. Also, again, this has come up collectively. Ancestors wanting to come in and connect with people. I feel like there is a big block at the moment with people. I feel like people actually do want to connect with their ancestors. They do want to connect with their loved ones in spirit, but it almost feels like there's a block in receiving those codes, that this has got to be collective. This is what they're showing me as a seer. So start tuning in, even if it's doing guided meditations to connect with your ancestors. If you have to come and see me, this is all the work that I do because I carry ancient wisdom. Definitely that is a path for you. So I feel like that's the block for you as well, is wanting to deeply connect with your ancestors and having this knowledge and wisdom of who you are, and also maybe what you're carrying from your ancestors, because we also carry all of our ancestors' trauma, carry all their knowledge and their wisdom as well, which is great, but we can also carry a lot of their trauma. And you might be feeling that, like sometimes the pain and the energy you're carrying isn't yours, it might belong to your grandmother's. So we also look at that when we do ancestor healing as well, healing the ancestral wounds on the masculine and the feminine energy. And when you do that, the new beginnings are about to happen. So my advice to you, heart space, as I said, this is work I can help with because it's one of the biggest chakras in the body, the most magnetic chakra as well. Open up your heart, work on your higher heart, and also look at ancestor healing. And when you do that, you will see the shifts, because they're showing me here clear visions. So your third eye will open. You're waiting on opportunities as well at the moment. So I feel like I'm going into 2026 now because I've got a grandmother energy coming through. And I feel that you're somebody who's definitely reflecting on your life and thinking, I'm ready now. I'm ready to step into my highest timeline, my highest power. And you're almost waiting for those doors to be open. That's how I feel, so you can step into them. Now, this is all going to be down to right timing. So all you need to do right now is focus on you. As I said, focus on your heart space, focus on connecting with your ancestors. And when you get your visions clear of where you want to go, of who you are, also connecting with grandmother in spirit there, all the right opportunities will come in for you. I've got October and November next year is very powerful months for you. And what's happening now, the momentum is building for you. So all the work that you're doing on yourself now, things that you're letting go of, relationships that you're letting, because I feel like you're definitely having a purge. I can see this as somebody who's really letting go, almost to the point where you felt quite alone because you've wanted to shift so much out. Be aware that everything that you're doing now, all the work that you're doing, all the seeds that you are planting, all the momentum that you are building when nobody is looking, is going to bring so much achievement for you next year. So don't really focus on that end goal. Focus on working on yourself, your energy, your frequency, and that's when you shift and evolve. And I also feel like you've had a spiritual awakening and you want to break free from the matrix. I can even feel like you're looking at work and 9-to-5 job roles and going, what is all of that about? That isn't for me. I feel like I've got a strong soul purpose. So that's brought in so much change for you, even though the change has been very painful. Now, the message I'm going to end on here, it's time for you to rejuvenate, recover, and it's time to stop. So loads of people get really freaked out in the winter because things slow down. Sometimes business slows down, work slows down. We've got all of the financial stresses then because of that. But actually spirit just come through and they just go, do you know what? Just take this time to go inward and deeply reflect on the year. Have a think about what you loved about this year and what you learned, even from what we call the painful experiences. There would have been deep learning in them. So use this time to pause, reflect, allow your body to rest. Don't feel guilty because our body should be resting. Always look at nature, look at animals, look how they deal with the winter. What do the animals do? They retreat inward. The trees shed their leaves and just follow the cycles of nature. I think you'll never go far wrong doing that, and that's what I always tune into. Being a shaman, I'm always looking at the energy of the land. I'm looking at the birds, I'm looking at the way the birds fly and what they're doing. So always tune into nature. Now I'm going to do the Divine Masters card. I felt really drawn to end on this. So I don't like the videos to be longer than 4 minutes, but I'm just going to end on some powerful, uplifting messages. And I feel these will be from your spirit guides, because when I use these cards, it's usually when I'm channeling people's spirit guides. So this is where the messages are going to be coming from today. Now, we have got some big energy coming up next week. We've got the winter solstice, which is Sunday, the 21st of December. And then we've got a new moon right before it, which is really exciting, on the 20th of December. So I'll be hopping on here next week to give you guidance and rituals on what you can do under the new moon and the winter solstice. But I'm also going to be holding group workshops. So Monday the 15th of December, this is going to be open to men and women. I'm going to be doing an early winter solstice celebration, because unfortunately I can't do it on Sunday the 22nd. So it's better to do it earlier anyway and tap into the energies. So if you'd like to join the group work that I'm doing there for the winter solstice on the 15th of December, which is a Monday, all you have to do is go on my website and book women's circles. But as I said, men and women are invited, and I'll be doing a full session on rituals that you can do under the winter solstice. We'll be doing journaling. I'll be doing a channeled guided meditation on release work, so releasing now the last chapters of 2025, releasing past identities of ourselves as well. This is the work that I'm really heavy on at the moment. We'll also be doing sound bath and sound healing to regulate and calm the nervous system, because I know Christmas can feel quite hectic, even triggering for some people. And what we want at this time of year is a really calm and regulated nervous system. And that's what the frequencies of the sound bowls do. They send healing frequencies throughout your body to eliminate any physical joint pain. They also take you deeper into your meditation practice, but most of all, they regulate the nervous system. Okay, so that's everything we'll be doing on Monday the 15th if you'd like to join us, and I'll be following on that work at my Nuffield groups on tonight. So I'm at Nuffield tonight, and I'll be focusing on the winter solstice tonight and next Wednesday. So that's all of the work that I'm going to be doing. If you'd like to learn more on how to work with the winter solstice energy and the new moon energy, then you can book in with me. Okay, so let's end it with some messages from your guides. Now, this was a powerful message, so I'm just going to wrap this up quickly. I've been seeing lots of 5s today, which is angel numbers, and I've got Archangel Michael coming through, and you need to trust that you are going to have breakthrough moments. So you're just in the void at the moment, so it feels like nothing's happening, everything feels a bit stagnant. Don't let your emotions get you caught up in that. You are going to have your breakthrough moments. So stay rooted, connect with nature as much as possible. Your heart is going to expand next year, your higher heart. This is somebody who is really stepping in to the divine feminine energy. We've got Lady Nada, who is the highest version of Mary Magdalene. So make sure that you are deeply focusing on loving yourself as much as possible, opening your heart, and you will call in love. So if you've been asking about maybe love coming in next year, it will happen, but it's deeply in the heart space for you. Okay, I'm just going to end it on the last one. We've also got Jesus, which has come through saying when you serve, the universe serves you. So being kind and serving others. Oh, and Carly, this is the one that I wanted. Cut the cords to dramas, fears and limitations. So if there's a message that I want to leave it on there, pull on your dark feminine, which is Goddess Carly, and she helps you to cut all of the cords, all of those limiting beliefs, and almost push them into the fire and dissolve them. So I'm going to leave it on those messages for you. If that reading resonated with you today, please reach out and let me know, because I love to hear from you and connect with you, and even send you some energy virtually as well. And as I said, if you'd like to book in with me, if you'd like to know more about what blocks you're carrying, how to collapse timelines and get onto your highest timeline, or have a life path reading to find out your soul's blueprint, you can book directly on my website, which is Wellbeing with Jade, and only come if you are open to this type of work and you feel called to work with me, because I don't like to waste my time and energy, or yours either. So much love to you all. Hope you all have an amazing week, and I look forward to coming back on here next week to do a live oracle card reading under the new moon and the winter solstice energy. So take care, my loves.